The asylum looms, a silent sentinel of forgotten times. A spectre of crumbling stone and shattered windows, it stands as a testament to the passage of time and the stories left untold. Vines, like grasping claws, creep across its facade, reclaiming what was once theirs, weaving a tapestry of nature's relentless march. Each gust of wind whistles through broken panes, a mournful sigh of the building's forgotten past. It's a mournful, haunting melody, a symphony of sorrow that echoes through the empty halls. The air hangs heavy, thick with the scent of mildew and decay, a pungent reminder of the years of neglect and something else. A faint sweetness, cloying and unnatural, that lingers in the air, hinting at secrets long buried. Some say it's the smell of fear, a palpable presence that grips the heart and refuses to let go, lingering like the ghosts that roam the asylum's halls, forever trapped in a loop of their own despair. The sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows that stretch and twist in the fading light. Shadows lengthen, stretching across the overgrown courtyard, creating an eerie dance of light and dark. They twist, taking on monstrous shapes, as if the very darkness itself is alive and watching. The rustling of leaves sounds like whispers, secrets shared among the trees, or perhaps they are something more. The asylum remembers, holding on to the memories of those who once walked its halls. Its broken walls hold the echoes of screams, a chilling reminder of the pain and suffering endured within. They whisper of horrors long past, tales of torment and anguish that refuse to be forgotten, and wait patiently for new souls to torment, as if the building itself is alive, hungry for more stories to tell. Dr. Alistair Graves, a name spoken in hushed tones. His portrait still hangs in the asylum's decaying library, eyes that follow you, cold and calculating.
He believed he was a god, holding the power of life and death over his patients. His treatments? Cruel and unusual, a gruesome symphony of ice baths, restraints and experimental drugs. Patients were his playthings, subjects in his twisted experiments. They came seeking solace. Instead, they found torment. Their pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears. Their screams were swallowed by the asylum walls. Dr. Graves documented everything, meticulously recording his victims' suffering in leather-bound journals. The pages now brittle with age and stained with something sinister.
Naina, a name that once resonated with grace and beauty, a name that echoes through the halls of time, now shrouded in mystery and sorrow. They say she was a dancer, her movements as fluid as water, captivating all who watched. Her laughter once brought joy to the city, her presence a beacon of light. Then tragedy struck her family, lost in a devastating fire, her sanity shattered beyond repair. She became a ward of the asylum, a place where hope was a distant memory. Her only solace, a silver necklace, a fragile link to her past, a gift from her late mother, a symbol of love and connection.
Dr. Graves saw Naina as his masterpiece, a complex puzzle to unravel. He subjected her to his most radical treatments, each more harrowing than the last. Ice-cold baths that left her skin blue, experimental drugs that stole her memories. Through it all, she clung to her necklace, her last vestige of hope. It was a symbol of hope, a reminder of the life she once had. But Dr. Graves, in his cruelty, ripped it from her neck, shattering her final piece of sanity. Her spirit, already broken, finally shattered, leaving behind a hollow shell of the woman she once was. Naina, a life unraveled, a story of beauty turned to tragedy. Her tale, a haunting reminder of the fragility of the human spirit, and the darkness that can consume even the brightest of lights.
Naina's screams echoed through the asylum, piercing the silence of the night. Her cries were a haunting melody that reverberated through the empty halls, sending shivers down the spines of anyone who heard them. A tortured lament that seemed to go on for days. Then silence, an eerie, unsettling silence that was almost worse than the screams. It was as if the very walls of the asylum were holding their breath, waiting for something terrible to happen. She was found in her cell, lifeless. Her body lay still, a stark contrast to the chaos that had surrounded her final moments. The room was cold and the air felt heavy with sorrow, eyes staring vacantly at the ceiling, her silver necklace gone. It was a small, delicate piece of jewelry that she had always worn, now missing, adding to the mystery of her death. The asylum staff whispered of a curse. They spoke in hushed tones, afraid that speaking too loudly might invoke the wrath of whatever dark force had taken Naina. They said Naina's spirit, unable to find peace, latched onto the asylum. The air grew colder. Every breath became visible, a chilling reminder of the presence that now haunted the halls. A palpable sense of dread settled over the asylum. It was as if the building itself had become a living entity, feeding off the fear and despair of its inhabitants. Patients, already on the edge, became violent. Their minds, fragile and broken, could not withstand the oppressive atmosphere. Fights broke out, and the once orderly asylum descended into chaos. The staff, once dedicated, grew distant and fearful. They avoided the dark corners and whispered among themselves, their dedication replaced by a primal fear. Whispers of Naina's ghost spread like wildfire. They saw her, a fleeting shadow, a figure that would appear and disappear in the blink of an eye, leaving behind a sense of unease. A whisper of her name in the dead of night. It was soft, almost gentle, but it carried a weight that was impossible to ignore. It was as if Naina was calling out from the other side, unable to find peace. The asylum, once a place of supposed healing, became a breeding ground for terror. Its halls, once filled with the hope of recovery, now echoed with the sounds of despair and fear. The descent into madness was complete. Years passed. The asylum deemed unsafe was abandoned, left to decay, but the stories, they never faded. Locals speak of strange occurrences. Unexplained lights flickering in the dead of night, blood-curdling screams echoing from the abandoned building. Some say it's the wind, others know better. Trespassers tell chilling tales, feelings of being watched, whispers of their name spoken by unseen voices. Cameras malfunction, batteries drain instantly, as if something or someone doesn't want their secrets revealed. The air inside is heavy, suffocating, laden with the weight of untold suffering. Legend has it that Naina's spirit cannot rest, not until her necklace is returned. Some say it's hidden within the asylum walls. Others believe Dr. Graves took it to his grave, a macabre memento of his cruelty. The necklace is said to be cursed. Whispers follow it, whispers of madness and death. They say that finding the necklace will break the curse, free Naina's tortured soul. But beware, the asylum guards its secrets jealously. It hungers for new victims. Those foolish enough to search for the necklace often meet a grisly end. Their screams added to the asylum's chorus of sorrow.
Urban explorers drawn by the asylum's dark history dare to enter. Armed with cameras and curiosity, they seek to document the unknown. Many enter, few return. Those who do come back changed, haunted by what they've seen, or worse, driven mad.
Their footage, often incomplete, reveals glimpses of the asylum's horrors, flickering shadows, unexplained voices, and then static. The footage cuts out, the explorers vanish, swallowed by the asylum's darkness, lost to the same madness that consumed Naina Das.
The asylum stands, a testament to cruelty and despair, a warning to those who dare to trespass. Some places are best left undisturbed, some stories untold.